Hot damn! Look what's in the high school driveway. Now I know why I'm attending class for the first time all year. The chicks'll dig it. Yeah, I know. My report card looks like crap. All those missing assignments and missed classes through half a semester. But hey, I remember some cool ice cream we got that one day. It was just like a pep rally all day long. The best day of my life. Now what did you just say about an overdue book report?
The last I checked, school was a place to learn and prepare yourself for the working world, not just to be rewarded for being counted. Now, if it sounds like I'm picking on the Detroit public school system again, it's because I am. This year, starting off just like the other years. In the first 2 weeks of the school year, there have been at least 2 abductions of Detroit public school children on city streets, including one near hit-and-run incident. In other words, just as in the days of the Cobras and Latin Count gangs, many parents are afraid to send their children to the public school system. And what's the prevailing thought amongst staffers? It reminds me of a attend school at your own risk attitude. In other words, there's nothing that can be done regarding the cruel outside world.
But stop! Drop everything! We need you all to report today, and quickly. Hey, here's a pizza. Sip a soda. Juggle a hula hoop. Win a car. A gift certificate. If you don't show up the rest of the year, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Just be here today. Don't worry about academics. No pressure. We just want our funding. We'll be glad to scratch your back.
On student count day, what was gained? Was anything taught? Was there any motivation to come back to school the next day? What percentage of students resemble the once-a-year church attendees? Don't they constitute virtually the entire Detroit school system dropout rate? 100,000 needed to report to the Detroit Public Schools on count day, or else more state funding would have been withheld from the school system. Additionally, if this 100,000 was not met by law, local community colleges can open up more charter schools. Charter schools are increasing in this area year to year and offer a different alternative for parents to find a better quality education for their children, not to mention shocking the Detroit Public School Board to their toes more and more as this realization becomes apparent.
Is there a reason why the Detroit Public Schools are sinking to new levels on one day of the year in order to make the balance sheet happy? According to the website charterschools.org, it is written that nearly 75% of Detroit district parents enrolling their children in the charter school system have a very favorable opinion of their school. By contrast, only 44% of DPS parents rate the city schools as being satisfactory or above. Does the curriculum make the difference? Apparently it's the extracurriculars. The charter school site showed that in addition to academics, dual college enrollment opportunities are offered, and class sizes have always been a concern.
In my 1st through 8th grade years, my class sizes ranged from 16 students to 34. Teachers were better able to communicate and spend time over the phone with my parents, gauging my progress when they didn't have so many parents on the list to call. Small class sizes and extended one-on-one groupings with teachers, students, and involving parents are something that the charter schools are proud to provide and say so on their website, whereas the public school system in Detroit apparently can't
spite of Detroit School Superintendent Connie Calloway's best efforts to remodel the school system towards her positive vision, she, along with the school board and the school staff, feel uncomfortable with increased placement of charter schools within city limits, which again would happen if student count day district-wide falls below 100,000 students. But why does the Detroit public school system need to resort to literal bribery in order to get the students to attend one day out of the semester? Their reasoning could be, since the state of Michigan might not care how many students roam the halls the rest of the year, it's important to the school staff's image to have a glossy wrapped present ready to give to the state on that one student count day. In this case, it's about money and it's about image. Is it putting the children first? Not necessarily. Take away the student count day, for instance. Show the state any normal day. Normal meaning non-entertainment days, non-ice cream bar days, non-carnival atmosphere days. The school system might never reach 100,000 students on any given day. So funding from the state would drop, and charter schools would increase on the number. One day of that glossy wrapped present, in the school board's mind, will turn the state away with some satisfaction for a supposed good report, thereby freeing the school board from accountability while extending their arms ready for that check from the state, which they'll spend on what? If the school system's as bad as they say it is, you can tell they're not spending the money wisely. And why do children themselves need to be bribed? Children in K through 3 might not understand, but definitely those in high school can understand. In my day, choosing to go to school or not was not a logical option. We hated school, we hated the teachers, but we went. There were no charter schools, and very few people took the time to homeschool. How else were we supposed to learn? On the streets? We learn nothing there, then or now, except a hard life which can end us up behind prison bars. Some kids never show up to school, thereby never accepting their responsibility towards life and thus never fulfilling their potential to make a difference in the world. Are the attention spans of the kids that short that they need material sustenance, such as cars, snacks, prizes, just to get motivated to attend class? Do they not realize the euphoria that comes with a job well done on their part? Are they not interested in improving themselves? Is it the parent's job just to simply make sure they have all body parts from birth to age 18, not caring about what the brain knows? But then again, the brain may know too much. The media hype surrounding the Detroit School Board over the past 10 years, the absolute immediate scrutiny of Superintendent Calloway in spite of her best efforts, egos are taking the place of logical minds on the Detroit School Board and have tried to censure her and have tried to force her out without giving her ample time to effectively implement her ideas. So, what can we take from this? Bribery is rampant in the adult world. The world is filled with cheaters who take rewards without question, without providing the answer that is hard, honest work. And this will set children back years. It's impossible to shelter a child from the conditions of the world for very long. But as long as they can keep a straight head on their shoulders, have solid parental support in the background, and have the desire come from their own minds and hearts rather than from inside a pizza box, I would think the child would be off to a good start. But they need to see that the school system can think outside that box every now and then. It's when they don't that the system becomes